What does it mean to be a good person? Are there moral obligations we hold towards one another? Is lying always wrong? These profound questions lie at the heart of moral philosophy. Throughout history, philosophers have pondered these concepts, leading to the development of various moral frameworks. From Aristotle's virtue ethics to Kant's deontology, these diverse schools of thought offer insights into the complex nature of morality. Let's explore moral philosophy by first understanding its three main categories. Understanding moral philosophy. Moral philosophy, a branch of philosophy, investigates what is right and wrong. It goes beyond specific actions and delves into the nature of morality itself. This discipline can be broken down into three categories: meta-ethics, applied ethics, and normative ethics. Meta-ethics tackles big-picture questions such as the essence of morality and whether truth exists. Applied ethics deals with ethics in practical situations like war, capital punishment, and personal decisions, moral consequences. Lastly, normative ethics provides frameworks to help us decide the right thing to do in various situations. Prominent frameworks include deontology, consequentialism, and virtue ethics. Let's start with virtue ethics and its focus on living a life of virtue. Virtue ethics. Living a virtuous life. Aristotle's virtue ethics, established in ancient Greece, promotes living a life that focuses on being a virtuous person. This approach emphasizes cultivating good habits and virtues such as kindness, courage, humility, and honesty. When faced with an ethical dilemma, a virtue ethicist would consider how the decision reflects a person's character. For example, when contemplating whether to lie to a friend, one would assess the character of someone who chooses dishonesty. Now, let's shift our focus to a different moral framework known as deontology. Deontology. Following moral rules, deontology is closely associated with philosopher Immanuel Kant, who introduced the idea of the categorical imperative. This principle suggests that individuals should act according to rules that can be applied universally. For example, Kant believed in the universal application of rules such as do not steal and do not lie, while deontology offers a straightforward approach to moral decision-making. It can disregard the consequences of our actions. Consider a scenario where a friend is hiding from a murderer. If you have a moral rule against lying, telling the truth could result in harm to your friend. This highlights a potential flaw in deontological thinking. Next, let's explore consequentialism, which places an emphasis on the outcomes of our actions. Consequentialism. Judging actions by outcomes. Consequentialism, on the other hand, evaluates the morality of actions based on their outcomes. In the scenario with the hiding friend, a consequentialist would argue that lying is the ethical choice because it protects your friend from harm. Two common branches of consequentialism are hedonism and utilitarianism. Hedonism posits that actions are good if they lead to pleasure or avoid pain. Utilitarianism, meanwhile, judges actions based on how much good they do for the greatest number of people. While consequentialism focuses on the results of our actions, it can be criticized for emphasizing consequences at the expense of individual rights and justice. A potential problem arises when prioritizing the majority's good might harm a small group of people. Now, let's dive deeper into one form of consequentialism known as utilitarianism. Utilitarianism as the greatest good for the greatest number. Utilitarianism, a form of consequentialism, measures an action's impact on the collective good. According to utilitarian principles, moral action is the one that creates the most good for the most people. This philosophy focuses on consequences rather than rules or biases, making it a reason-based moral framework. However, utilitarianism can overlook individual rights and justice in favor of maximizing overall good. Critics argue that this approach might lead to situations where the rights of a few are violated for the sake of the many. Now, let's examine another form of consequentialism known as hedonism. Hedonism, pursuing pleasure and avoiding pain. Hedonism emphasizes the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain, while it may bring to mind images of indulgence and excess. Hedonism also values experiences like reading, deep conversations, and travel that bring genuine pleasure. Different interpretations of hedonism exist. Normative hedonism advocates for seeking pleasure and avoiding pain, while motivational hedonism suggests that pleasure and pain are what drive human behavior. Altruistic hedonism promotes seeking pleasure for all, while egotistical hedonism focuses on personal gratification. Critics of hedonism point out that it may neglect other important values, such as freedom and fairness, when determining an action's morality. With an understanding of these various frameworks, we see the complexities of moral decision-making. These are just a few of the many normative ethics frameworks. Reflecting on moral philosophy is essential because we all make moral decisions daily. From lying to a friend to purchasing products from ethical companies, our choices impact ourselves and others. To improve our lives and the world around us, we must consider the morality of our decisions. Examining various moral philosophies provides insight into our own values and the kind of moral compass we want to develop. Thank you for tuning in to this deep dive into moral philosophy. We hope you found this exploration enlightening. If you enjoyed this video and want to delve deeper into similar topics, please like and subscribe for more content from Ultimate Buddha. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and remember to keep seeking wisdom and self-improvement. Until next time.